Lego The Hobbit is immediately charming. The title screen shows Bilbo puttering around in his cozy hobbit hole of Bag End, and the wizard Gandalf poking his head in the window. As Howard Shore's beautiful score from the films plays, you can almost feel the warmth from the fire. And from these quaint beginnings, Lego The Hobbit whisks you off on a journey across Middle-earth, getting all the visual details right to transport you to the world of Peter Jackson's films. But despite the game's endearing Lego characters, its appealing sense of humor, and its faithfulness to the films, the act of actually playing Lego The Hobbit is a chore that leaves you firmly grounded in reality. All of the most memorable scenes and locations from the first two Hobbit films are represented here. But though it all looks appropriately epic and imaginative, this is one sleepy quest. As you make your way through environments, your progress is constantly hindered, and figuring out how to advance is never remotely stimulating or enjoyable. Maybe you need to just run around smashing Lego objects until you destroy the one that gives you the pieces that let you build something that lets you advance. This building process requires no ingenuity on your part. You usually just hold down a button for several seconds as your character tosses the pieces into place. This is how it's been since the earliest days of the Lego games, and the simplicity of the process is getting tiresome. Occasionally, the building process involves a simplistic minigame in which you see which piece is needed to continue building the object and have to select that particular type of piece from among several pieces. But even the young children whom this game is designed to appeal to deserve more engaging problem solving than this. You also often need to rely on the abilities of one character or another to advance. You might need to switch to Dory and use his flail to pull hooks loose, or perhaps Dwalin's hefty hammer is required to whack a block into place. Whatever it is, there's never any sense of accomplishment that comes from doing these things because the game makes it abundantly clear what you need to do. You don't need to think about it or play skillfully to do it. You just go through the motions, dutifully switching to the correct character and using their ability in the designated spot. And then there's the combat. Sluggish conflicts that require no skill and have no feeling of impact that drag the game down constantly. Again, the presentation does the films justice. Combat sometimes takes place amidst massive crowds. And even if they are Lego minifigs rather than highly detailed character models, the way the screen swarms with orcs, goblins, or other foes makes these skirmishes look large and alive and dangerous. When you face powerful enemies, the camera zooms in, and the minifigs perform stylish fight choreography that wouldn't be out of place in Jackson's films. But as usual, the chasm dividing how the fights look and how they actually feel is wide. Like so much of the action in Lego The Hobbit, winning these battles is a matter of responding to on-screen cues. These aren't even quick-time events. They're more like slow-time events. There's no shortage of content in Lego The Hobbit. The main story quest covers the narrative of the films in detail, though frustratingly, it ends on the same cliffhanger that the second Hobbit film ends on, so there's no resolution offered here. And of course, there are tons of collectibles, which you'll need to return to levels as different characters to nab, perhaps using an elf's ability to walk on tightropes or a goblin's knack for climbing certain walls. There are also plenty of optional side quests to complete across Middle-earth, but they all involve the same tedious mechanics employed by the story quests. Lego The Hobbit proves that having plenty of variety in terms of objectives and gameplay mechanics doesn't make much difference if none of those objectives and mechanics are actually fun, and that capturing the look of an epic quest isn't the same as capturing the feel of one.